sodium and chlorine. Sodium has an atomic number of 11 and a mass number of 23. Chlorine has an atomic number of 17 and a mass number of 35.5. It doesn't matter which way round these numbers are written, the atomic number is always the smallest. You can remember atoms are very, very tiny, so atomic number small. The mass number is always the biggest number. The massive number is always the mass number. Now let's have a look at what groups they're in. Sodium is in group 1, it's an alkali metal. Chlorine is in group 7, it's a halogen. So they both have a valency of 1. They both need to give away or gain 1 electron to become stable. So sodium, because it has 11 electrons, it has 2 in the first shell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8 in the next, and 1 in its outer shell, 11. Chlorine has 17. It's a bigger atom. We'll do dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, complete. Now, let's see how they could help each other out. Sodium needs to lose 1. Chlorine needs to gain 1. Therefore, this one could just move across and be given away to the chlorine. Then they both have a full outer shell and they're happy. How would that look if we just drew out full outer shell electrons? Let's take sodium again. Sodium would now have a full outer shell. Chlorine would also have a full outer shell. He'd have his 7 that he began with, and he would have the 1 from sodium. Now they've both got a full outer shell and they're happy. The problem is, I'm going to draw them in square brackets now because they're ions. The problem is that sodium now has 1 more proton than electrons because he's given 1 negative electron away. That gives him a charge of +1. Chlorine has now gained an extra negative, so has a charge of -1. That means that there is now an electrostatic attraction between these molecules, between these ions. They will form together, they'll attract together, and they'll make a very strong ionic bond. This invisible electrostatic force is what holds the ions together in a giant ionic lattice, and they'll keep forming and keep forming and keep forming and keep forming until you've got billions and trillions of them. Next time you look at a salt crystal that's going on your dinner, think about the fact that there are millions and billions and trillions of these sodium and chloride ions. How cool is that?